Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Chapmanville, West Virginia, as the Chapmanville Tigers coming in here trying to defend home court yet again as they take on a formidable foe from Miller, Virginia. The Mavericks coming in here to try and knock off the Tigers at home for the first time since 2017. Chris Kidd here with you courtside, alongside me Nathan Bush with Robbie Mounts, our engineer on video productions, and back in the WVOW studios, David Anderson, along with Terry Bucklew there with us. And Nathan, we saw a big-time win last night for the Chapmanville Tigers, knocking off Invitational Sports Academy. Fell behind by 9 in the first quarter, but the Tigers battled back and ended up winning by 9 at the end, 66-57. Miller, Virginia, watched them as well yesterday, able to defeat Beckley Prep by 6, 57-51. So both these teams coming off impressive wins, and this has the makings of a titanic matchup here tonight.
Yeah, this should be a good one, Chris. A great way to end a really fun weekend that we've had so far down here in Chapmanville for the Phantom Hoops. The Phantom Hoops Report Country Roads Classic. So this should be a fun way to wrap up the weekend at Chapmanville. And this should be really a great game tonight, as we're looking at a lot of D1 potential talent here.
So again, also, just got Zach Casto having to mention to me just now that there's some scouts obviously here, and he said that Coach James Long out of West Virginia Tech is here just trying to get a look as well at some of the players. So again, you figure you got a lot of scouts watching, you've got a lot of scouts here too, and you're probably going to get some good looks at potential people that you might want to sign or you might want to look at here today. Again, you got people like Obina and Chile Killen that's already committed to Marshall University as well. And so it's...
We're not on.
Okay.
We're not on.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Danny Gobby Gymnasium as we are getting set for our huge clash to conclude everything here from the Phenom Hoops Country Roads Invitational, as it is the Chapmanville Tigers, the two-time defending West Virginia State champions, getting set to take on Miller, Virginia Mavericks, who have been to the state finals in Virginia each of the last 2 years, winning it in 2018 and runner-up last year to Blue Ridge. So these two Titans ready to do battle, Nathan, and this is going to be a big-time clash of top talent on both ends, as Chapmanville getting a big win against Invitational Sports Academy last night, 66-57, trailed it by 9 early on in the game, but come back to win by 9. And we saw Miller with an impressive win over Beckley Prep, winning 57-51. So this is going to be an up-and-down affair on both ends. A lot of athletes, a lot of good shooting, a lot of good basketball to look ahead to in this one.
Absolutely, Chris, and we're looking here at 7 players for Miller, Virginia. So that's going to be interesting to see 7 guys take on this very deep Chapmanville roster. Will that play a part in this? Only time will tell.
Well, let's take a look here.
That's what it all comes down to in the end.
Well, those are your Logan Regional Medical Center keys to the game. And remember, the key to your health care is with Logan Regional Medical Center, where they offer a wide range of surgical services. No need to travel far when you can get the medical attention you need close to home. Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you. As we take a look at the starting lineups for Miller, Virginia, it'll be Clarence Rupert, a 6'7 junior, averaging 22.2 points per game. Then you have Amir Nesbitt, a 6'1 senior, averaging 18.3 points per game. Then you have Quadir Petaway, a 6' junior, averaging 17.3 points per game. Gabe Jimerson, averaging 6'7 senior. Yeah, I don't know why I look at that different, but yeah, Jimerson, I apologize, averaging 13.3 points per game. So you've got 4 starters for Miller averaging in double figures. Then you have Chaz Harvey, a 6' junior, averaging 3.5 points per game for Miller, Virginia. Then on the other end for Chapmanville, you've got 6'9 senior Obina Anachile Killen, as we said, committed to Marshall University already. Then you have 6'3 senior Philip Mullins, followed by 6' senior Andrew Scholl. And again with Obina, he was first team All-State the last 2 years. He was all-tournament team all 3 years that he's been to the state tournament for the Tigers. Philip Mullins and Andrew Scholl, both All-State honorable mention in the starting lineup as well. Then you add the sophomore Preston Smith stepping into this starting lineup, and freshman Brody Dalton. So again, Chapmanville did lose a decent bit of talent with Devin Collins going to Marshall, Brandon Elkins going to Glenville State to play, and you lose Jordan Kish as well. I mean, they lost a lot of their depth last year. Even Hunter Cook and company no longer there for the Chapmanville Tigers. But again, this Chapmanville team that feels like they don't rebuild, they reload. And last night was a good indication of just how well they were able to do so.
Absolutely, Chris. We talked about Hunter Jeffrey last night at nauseum, I guess you could say, and we were singing his praises on the Hatcher Show this morning. But you know Mullins, you know Scholl, you know Obina, they're going to get theirs. It's going to be who's going to step up. Brody Dalton played well last night. Didn't see a lot last night from Preston Smith. I expect to see more from him tonight. And I think Hunter Jeffrey will be key going into this ball game as well. There's just so many players on this Chapmanville squad that have so much talent. Chase Berry played well. So we're going to have to wait and see who steps up for the Tigers tonight. They're going to try to defend home court. Haven't lost here in years, so let's see what they do.
And again, this is a Chapmanville team, 2-1 on the year. Again, lost to Christchurch Episcopal, 47-38 in overtime in South Carolina, then drubbed Nitro 99-65, and then obviously the win over ISA last night. But and they also beat the defending Kentucky State champions on an Obina 3 from about 30 feet at the buzzer to win out of state a couple of weeks back. But Chapmanville also looking to three-peat this year, as no county team has ever three-peated in any sport. Logan came close in basketball, winning in 77 and 78, losing the state finals by 2. Man-girls softball came close, Logan girls softball, but now Chapmanville with their opportunity as they win the tip to get things started, as they'll be going left to right across your computer screen and radio dial here in the first quarter, with Miller going right to left. Chapmanville in their all-white uniforms with orange lettering, and Miller in their black uniforms with white lettering and teal down the side, as Obina drives in left side, gets all the way to the rim and puts it in for the first 2 of the game.
And Miller was trying to press a lot on Chapmanville there. Chapmanville able to avoid the pressure. Miller coming down now, and Chapmanville being man-to-man.
It's out front with it as Petaway gets it out top for Rupert. They swing it around. Again, only 7 men in the rotation for this Miller, Virginia ball club, so they didn't bring a whole lot, but they stick with 7 throughout most of the year, apparently, as out front, 3 on the way, off the front iron, no good for Petaway. Rebound comes down to Philip Mullins.
Now, Coach Napier wants to slow it down. He's prepared for this school, and they're going to try and trap this Tiger team and Obina goes up, gets blocked from behind.
Yeah, nice block from behind by Rupert as Obina thought he cleared him, and now coming up the left side is Nesbitt. Nesbitt drives in, and a whistle and a charge called as Nesbitt runs over top of Preston Smith.
And Smith takes a nice charge there. Well done by the freshman to step up and take that kind of hit. And a big spot he's filling here as really one of the perennial guards as such a young player.
Chapmanville works up the floor. Miller trying to break in and trap off of midcourt. They get it to Scholl inside. Got a good look but couldn't finish inside the paint and rebounded by Rupert.
Scholl was on last night. He's going to look to try to pick up where he left off.
Petaway, top of the key. Gives over for Jimerson. Now back out. Nesbitt looks over. Good ball movement now to Rupert. He'll take a straight on three off the front iron. No good with Obina contesting. 6:18 to go in the first quarter. 2-0 Chapmanville as Mullins gets into the paint. Kicks it out to Scholl. He'll go for three left side. Off the back iron. No good. Rebound torn down by Harvey.
Miller's got off to a lot slower start than ISA did last night. But now Miller really looking to step it up and try to score here on this possession.
Petaway kicks it out the top of the key for Jimerson. Gets a nice drive in on Obina as Obina tried to take the charge, but nothing called. And Jimerson able to finish for the first two for Miller.
I think that's a good no call there. And Jimerson gets in, finishes at the rim with the finger roll, and here comes the trap.
And it kicked out at midcourt by Petaway. So Chapmanville will maintain possession. 5:44 to go in the first quarter. 2-2 your score.
And there's a lot of big men on this court, Chris. Most of them average in double figures, where they only play 7. Chapmanville doing a good job against this pressure, though.
So Obina gives it off to Dalton. Now Dalton tries to feed it back to Obina. Lost it, gets it back, and fouled on the way up as Obina able to get on the inside of Rupert. And that'll be number 1 on him and send Obina to the line.
You got to think Obina's a little bit happier today where he's not seeing a couple of 7-footers looking at him. Tonight, a little bit more manageable for the guy, but he's done a great job so far early on in this game using his size underneath.
His first free throw hits off the back iron and falls down and through. And Obina had 19 last night, but even more important, he was 9 of 10 from the free throw line. I mean, he was a rock at the line last night for Chapmanville whenever they needed it. And he had 23 against Nitro as well as he sinks the second free throw. He's got all 4 of Chapmanville's points, and the Tigers lead by 2.
Isaac Smith has checked in for Preston Smith, so Smith in for Smith.
So now here's Petaway at the top of the key, gives it over. They look inside for Rupert, back out, good ball movement, open three and count it for Petaway, who's able to hit from the right side.
Rupert had Scholl on him underneath in the mismatch and was able to find the point guard outside. Dalton for 3.
B-Jacks one up from the right corner, no good. Rebound comes down to Rupert. And now here comes Petaway up the floor, 5-4 lead for the Mavericks. Petaway trying to get by Scholl, gets on the inside, running layup, no good, tipped up. Petaway gets it back over in the right corner. Still going reset towards midcourt here with a 1-point lead for Miller. Petaway looks inside for Rupert, rolling to the basket, and we get a whistle and a foul on the floor. And that's going to go against Isaac Smith as they were able to get a nice mismatch on the switch that time. As Smith, good footer, so smaller than Rupert. Well, not quite a whole foot, but he's still quite a few inches shorter than Rupert, and that time committed the foul to prevent the layup.
John St. Germain is checked in now for Miller.
Out front, Petaway gets some space, puts up another 3, and he hits. And they've got to close out on him as he's hit back-to-back 3s.
And Miller's got a little swagger in their step right now as they lead by 4.
Nice backdoor cut by Brody Dalton, goes up and under, and Brody Dalton, the freshman, able to hit on the layup, and that draws a quick timeout by Coach Jack Merriweather as he didn't like what he saw on that possession. So it's a 30-second timeout, and we'll keep things here with 4:26 remaining in the first half.
There was a good cut there by Brody Dalton and a good find underneath there, and Dalton finished at the rim. Tigers trail 8-6.
And also, we talked about a lot of recruits been coming through and watching. There's one from West Virginia Tech here tonight. Thanks to Zach Casto helping us out on that. Again, former Chapmanville Tiger. And, we know there's some that have been watching online all week as well. And Phenom Hoops done a tremendous job helping put this on throughout the week. And it's been a great 3-day affair here in Chapmanville, West Virginia, and concludes tonight with this great matchup. We appreciate everyone involved, including WVOW Video Productions, all the things that it takes to put on an event like this, and it's been a great 3 days.
Oh, absolutely. So many moving parts in this weekend here, and we want to thank everybody that's been involved.
Rupert gets it on the left side, lost control of it, but it finds Pettaway. As Pettaway sets up the offense here, gets a screen at the top of the key. Now over to Rupert. Rupert looks down low, finds Jimerson trying to back his way in and able to take it inside on Scholl and get the layup for his 4th point.
Man-to-man against this Miller squad, Chris, I don't know how it's going to work out. They are using their size that they have on these guards on the switches and making Chapmanville pay underneath, and there's a turnover.
So now Miller with the ball back, leading at 10-6 here with 3:50 to go in the first quarter.
And Obina just had that one and threw it away for the Tigers, and Miller really right now playing a good game so far. They're using their big guys on the screens, and then when the guards are switching, they're just going underneath and using their size and getting easy layups.
Yeah, they're getting good switches, too. Again, they got Jimerson switched on to Scholl that last time at 6'7" against 6 foot.
Now it looks like Chapmanville's moved over into a 2-3 zone now.
Pettaway looks to make him pay and does again. Pettaway 3 threes in this first quarter as he is killing Chapmanville from the outside.
And Chapmanville now trails 13-6, and Dalton again another backdoor cut.
Great find by Obina as he saw Dalton cutting once he got it at the free throw line, and not able to get there late was Rupert. So 13-8 now Miller. Get it over to Pettaway. Now to Nesbitt at the top of the key, and again they leave Pettaway open, and this time he doesn't connect.
Tried to draw a foul there, but nothing doing to it, and cannot leave Pettaway open for too long.
They get it over into the right corner. Isaac Smith, he'll go for 3. No good off the side of the iron. Rebounded by Rupert. 2:50 to go in the first quarter. 13-8. Miller leads Chapmanville.
That was a good shot there.
Out front. Rupert now to St. Germain. He'll jack up a 3 top of the key, and this time off the mark. But Jimerson there on the rebound. Misses point blank in front of the rim with the left hand, and Brody Dalton with the rebound.
Miller has all kinds of confidence, and they're still trying to trap Chapmanville.
Over to Smith again. Fakes a 3. Now out front for Philip Mullins. Mullins hounded by Pettaway and Nesbitt. Gets it back to Smith. Fakes a pass. Now tries to get it out. Mullins trapped right in front of the sideline and just throws it off of Nesbitt and out of bounds. And again, Pettaway and Nesbitt everywhere right now on the defensive side.
Yeah, they're using their athleticism, and they're trapping on every possession that they possibly can. It's giving Chapmanville some fits here right now.
Mullins will inbound it into the backcourt for Scholl. Pettaway and Nesbitt pick him up. Now over to Mullins. He'll put up a 3. Count it for Philip Mullins. And it seems like every time Chapmanville needs a bucket, Philip Mullins is the one that is able to come up with a huge shot.
You can't leave him that open. You leave him that open, he will make you pay. And now Chapmanville trying to extend this 2-3 zone yet again.
And Philip Mullins had 15 points last night in the win over ISA. Now out top, Nesbitt answers back for 3. That's 4 3-pointers now in the quarter for Miller, Virginia.
You cannot leave shooters open, Chris. And right now, Pettaway and Nesbitt are just shooting the lights out.
16-11, Miller, Virginia. Down to 1:35 left in the first. Now to Mullins. Takes a jumper inside the arc this time. Got halfway down and spun out. Rebounded by St. Germain. Now here's Pettaway up the right side. Out front for St. Germain. Over to Jimerson. Good ball movement to Nesbitt in the left corner, and Nesbitt hits. That's 5 3-pointers now this quarter as Miller, Virginia lighting it up, much like ISA did in the first quarter.
Yeah, they are lighting it up right now, Chris, and they are in full stride and confidence, and Obina draws the foul at the rim.
And good take that time by Obina. Again, every time Chapmanville's got it into the center out of that press, they've had success one way or the other, giving Obina that option again with that lone man left underneath.
Yeah, he's taking advantage of it too there. Couldn't finish at the basket, as you see on our replay on Video Productions, but he'll get to the line.
They'll go to shoot 2 now. I'm not sure who that foul was on. Again, we'll try and take a look at it here on our screen in just a moment as first free throw for Obina up and good.
Coach Napier making some, well, it's Napier, Napper. I always get it wrong, but
Napper.
Coach Napper, excuse me. Philip Mullins, he's barking out instructions to him. He wants him covering Nesbitt here on this. Chapmanville's now going to turn up the pressure.
This foul went against St. Germain, so that's 3 team fouls against Miller, 1 against Chapmanville. It's 19-13. Miller leads it. They get it out to Nesbitt. 1 minute to go in the first quarter. And Miller going right to left across your computer screen radio dial. Chapmanville left to right. Nesbitt drives in right side, kicks it out. 3 again on the way, and 3 is connected again as St. Germain plays air guitar on the way back down the floor. And right now they're hitting all the chords, as that is 6 threes this quarter. Now,
Smith lost St. Germain there, and that led to an easy shot for him.
22-13 in favor of Miller. 30 seconds to go in the first. Smith in the right corner, being hounded. Now over to Mullins, and Mullins' pass deflected and stolen away. Up ahead to Pettaway. Drives in right side, count it, and the foul. And that gives Miller a double-digit lead now here in the first quarter. And
I can't say this, Chris. This has got to be a surprise to the Chapmanville faithful after what they did last night against ISA Osborne. Miller has come out and has shocked the Tigers here in this first quarter.
Free throw up and good, and also just the type of defensive team Chapmanville is as well. I can't remember the last time they gave up a 25-point quarter to anybody. As Mullins, long pass underneath to Dalton. Dalton tried to take it in, cut off, throws it back out to Scholl with 9 seconds left in the quarter. Scholl steps into a three, no good. Rebound comes down to Nesbitt with 4 seconds, a chance here. Throws it up to Pettaway, off his back to Nesbitt for three at the horn, no good. As that brings us to the close of the first 8 minutes, and Miller, Virginia dominates the first 8 minutes with a 25-13 lead over the defending Class AA state champions. We'll step aside and be back after this as you are watching and listening to Chapmanville Tiger basketball action with us right here live on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.
I'm Tanya Crum, Director of Acute Inpatient Rehab, Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Wright, Surgical Podiatrist from Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
I'm Romel Mitchell, Executive Secretary, Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
Thank you for trusting your care at
Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
Peyton, what are we doing here?
Welcome to Peytonville. Nationwide helps protect everything you see in here, Brad. Every family, every business, even Mrs. Hoffman's dream of retiring to become a yoga instructor.
Oh, they have backstories.
Here, I got more to show you.
Start of quarter number 2 here from Danny Gobby Gymnasium. Chris Kidd with you, alongside me, Nathan Bush. And here for the first quarter, Nathan, again, it was an outside barrage from Miller, Virginia, hitting 6 threes and shooting the lights out from the perimeter.
Absolutely, Chris. They shot 56% from the floor, 54%, almost 55% from the three-point land. And they are out-rebounding Chapmanville and forcing Chapmanville into more turnovers.
Rupert with the ball as Miller will have it to start quarter number 2. Kicks it out. Nesbitt open three, this time off the mark. Rebound tipped around, loose. Mullins chases after it and gets it in the corner. And Chapmanville going left to right across your computer screen and radio dial, with Miller going right to left. Mullins gets it into the center for Obina. He'll take a long jumper, and it's a three. Count it for Obina, as he's had a nice start to this game. He's got 9 of the 16 points.
He's going to need some help against this squad, Chris. 9 is good, but he's going to need somebody to step up and do some scoring.
Swinging around, Nesbitt gets another open look, this time off the mark, no good, and rebounded by Chapmanville. So big hope for Chapmanville is that Miller cools off here in the second. Scholl, and it's a big help if he gets hot, as he knocks down his first shot of the game, and it's a three.
And that's what Chapmanville needed. They've got a little bit of a spark now, Chris, to get them back in this ball game. It's back down to a 6-point game.
And again, Scholl hit 6 threes last night, hit 6 threes against Nitro as well, both times with 27 points. Now St. Germain drives in, kicks it out to Jemerson. Jemerson thought about a three, instead gives it back to St. Germain, drives in on Preston Smith, back out to Rupert, over to Pettaway, open three, this time short with it, but it comes back out to Pettaway. He thought about another three, instead gives it to Rupert. He'll drive at baseline and gets it over Obina for the lay-in for his first 2.
Obina came close to getting that block, but unable to knock it out. That was a good take there for Millers. They're back up by 8.
27-19, Miller leads Chapmanville. Obina, he'll take a deep jumper again, and he hits another three.
I'll tell you what, Miller has done a lot of things right. One thing they haven't done right is stop Obina and Achille killing, as he hit double digits.
He's got 12 points now here in the first half, 27-22. Miller still leads it as Jemerson goes down low for Rupert. Back out to Pettaway. Pettaway being guarded by Scholl now, as Pettaway ball fakes, tries to get by. Scholl sticking with him as he gets to the center, and let's see what we get here. A foul on Scholl.
It was good defense by Scholl there early on, but he did played a little maybe too aggressive, and checking in now will be Isaac Smith. He's back in for Preston Smith.
That's a big call. That's 2 on Andrew Scholl.
Yeah, he's going to have to be careful here. There's a long way to go in this second quarter. I don't think Coach Napper can take him out.
Down to 5:50 to go before halftime. Nesbitt out front for Jimerson, guarded by Dalton. Jimerson goes back over for Nesbitt. Now Dalton comes out to help as he tries drive baseline, kicks it out to Jimerson, ball fakes, now gets into the paint, kicks it over to Rupert on the drive, and Rupert will finish at the rim.
I tell you, Chris, one thing this Miller squad does so well is share the basketball. They are totally unselfish when it comes to having the ball in their hands.
Urbina gets it over to Mullins. He'll take a 3 from the right wing. No good, short with it, and rebounded by Jimerson. Here comes Miller trying to push it up the floor. Nesbitt gets it in front of the Chapmanville bench. Now gets it out to St. Germain. He'll dribble over to his right. Now to Rupert. Rupert drives in on Dalton, kicks it back out to Jimerson. Thought about a 3, now will take it. No good and short.
Wow.
Rebound, though, comes out long, and another offensive rebound for Miller.
Chapmanville had position there, Chris. It was just a bad bounce of the ball.
Nesbitt over to Pettaway. Now out to Rupert. Swing it to St. Germain, 4:45 left in the second quarter. Now to Jimerson. Back into Rupert, and Obina picks it off. Obina against Jimerson going in, and nothing called despite all the contact. And they say out of bounds off Chapmanville.
Wow, that's a interesting no call there. I don't know. I mean, there was contact, Chris, but hands were straight up for Miller, so referees could have blown the whistle, but they didn't.
Yeah, it's one of those we've seen.
I've seen less get called, and I've seen more not get called. So
yeah, I was going to say, we've seen people breathe harder on others get a call, but not this time. Let's pass into the corner for St. Germain. He gets into the middle, puts up a floater, no good. Rebound tipped around, and Obina takes it away. 4:12 to go in the second quarter, 29-22. Miller still leads it. Mullins over to Dalton, takes a 3 from the corner, over everything, no good, and rebounded by Rupert. And that's going to be something as the season goes along. Dalton's got a layup here, and, they're still adjusting this, but they're going to need more than just Obina, Scholl, and Mullins.
That's the thing. They're going to get theirs. Who's going to step up and help them? That's really the question.
Now out front for Rupert. Over to St. Germain. Now top of the key for Pettaway. Drives in and gets all the way to the 10. And that pushes the lead back up to 9.
Nice left-handed layup from Pettaway there as he got inside pressure. And Chapmanville has had trouble scoring here since the early onslaught.
And Obina drives in, counted, and the foul for Obina and Achille Killen. Once again, once they get that ball into the middle, once they break that pressure and Obina's there, he's been able to do so much damage, as you see it again on our video productions replay.
Yeah, Obina just gets to the basket and gets the foul. Now, really, Chris, one of the things that we need to point out here is that with Miller, they only play 7 guys. If one of their guys gets in foul trouble, that could really mess up the rotation that they use.
So right now, Obina, chance here to cut this back down to 6 with 3:31 left in the first half, and he connects on the free throw again. He's 5 for 5 from the line.
Obina has been phenomenal tonight.
And Jimerson, that was number 2 on him. So here comes Miller into the front court. Pettaway gets it over to Nesbitt. Pull up jumper inside the arc, and Nesbitt able to connect. He's got 8 points.
You can't give these guys a step. If they have a step, they're going to knock it down.
Now 33-25, Obina steps back 3, and my goodness! Is it Obina or is it Larry Bird out here? Is this Steph Curry?
My goodness, Obina has come out to play tonight as he knocks down another 3.
That's his 3rd 3 of the half, as this man is red hot right now in this ball game. They get it into Rupert down on the low block. He goes to work, and he hits the turnaround hook. He's got 6 points, lead back to 7.
Obina's doing a lot of work tonight, Chris, but he's got to get some help.
Obina, and pass comes in, and Rupert there to take it away. Now he drives in hard, and a blocking foul on Preston Smith as Rupert took him to the deck, and Brad Napper furious with the call.
Let's take a look at it on our replay, and that's close.
And Brad Napper trying to point out you didn't call anything on the other end whenever there was big-time contact, and now you call this.
And Coach Napper needs to really be careful not to get any kind of technical here. This is not the time to do that. The first free throw was good.
Trey Butcher will check in for Preston Smith now.
It was close on that, Smith. That was a bang-bang call.
So now the lead back up to 8. Rupert's second free throw off the mark, and Obina gets the rebound.
I guess as they say, the ball don't lie.
So now it's back up to an 8-point edge as Mullins on the right side. Thought about taking it in the center. Instead gets it over to Isaac Smith. Now back to Mullins into the left corner. 3 on the way. No good for Trey Butcher, who just checked in. Rebounded by Jimerson. Petaway now with it. Gets picked up by Isaac Smith as they cross the timeline. 2:12 to go in the second quarter. Rupert sets a good screen up top. Petaway gets into the paint. Whistle, and we get, let's see here, it looks like a foul on Chapmanville on the way in.
Yeah, they're calling a push on, I think they called that on Isaac Smith.
Yeah, they get him for that, and that's going to be number 2 on him. And Chase Berry into the lineup as well. Again, Andrew Scholl on the bench with those 2 fouls as they inbound it deep for Rupert. Now over on the near side. Butcher trying to apply the defense here on Harvey. Now they get it back to the top for Nesbitt. Minute 50 left in the first half. Nesbitt gets his arm extended, able to create some space, but his jumper rims in and out, and Chase Berry on the rebound.
Chapmanville's got to cut into this 8-point deficit and try to get it down under 5 before the half.
Urbina guarded out front, and a whistle and a foul, and they're going to get this one on Nesbitt, and that's going to be number 2 on him. So you've got 2 on Nesbitt, 2 on Jimerson now.
Again, Chris, if think about it this way, 2 guys foul out for Miller, they're playing 5 all the way.
Well,
that's dangerous.
Only 7 did they bring, or 7 on the roster. We're not completely sure, but not a deep bench at all.
That's really interesting for a team that, if they had more and didn't bring them, it'd be interesting to only bring 7 and depress as much as they do.
As I said, you got to imagine that Coach Merriweather has his team in phenomenal shape.
Well, they look like they are. They're doing great so far. And Chapmanville, though, hanging tough, though.
Yeah, again, even with the onslaught that Miller's thrown on here in the first half, it's still just an 8-point game, and now St. Germain picks up the foul, and I believe that's number 2 on him.
Yeah, that'll be 2 on him.
Now they look to inbound it. Mullins looking, finds Obina in the left corner. Jump steps, pull-up jumper, short this time, and rebounded by St. Germain.
That's a tough shot. That jump step just kind of left Obina wide open there, and he had to shoot.
Down to 1:17 left before halftime. St. Germain out front for Jimerson. Swings it over left side. Petaway with it. Lost it on the way in and taken away by Isaac Smith. Smith looking for help, throws it away to Harvey. Now up ahead, but numbers for Miller, but they don't get it underneath again. St. Germain was wide open underneath the basket.
He was.
I don't think Petaway saw him. Now he comes out, takes the pass on the right side, gets it over to Jimerson. Under a minute to go in the first half. 36-28, Miller leads it. Now they go down low to Rupert, goes in, and a charge called on Rupert, and that's going to be his second.
Now a lot of the players picking up their second foul and kind of led with an elbow. Here's a look, and looks like he kind of led with an elbow, maybe a makeup call.
Yeah, I'm going to say Obina, once that elbow got extended,
he might have sold it a little bit, but hey, I mean, that's basketball.
Yeah, Obina went crashing to the ground once that arm got extended. Now, we mentioned that in the game at GW today. There was a call similar to that as Obina gets at the free throw line, jumper no, but rebounded by Mullins. Back out to Scholl, who's back in the game, and hits a big 3.
Desperately needed that shot as the lead is now down to 5 with under 30 to play in the half.
And now the Chapmanville crowd trying to get a defensive stop here with 20 seconds to go before halftime. Tigers trail it by only 5 as Rupert out front, guarded by Obina. Now Obina edges off with 13 seconds. They go down low to Jimerson, able to get it, and now whistle as Obina got the block, but they're going to get a foul on Mullins on the push. No, actually Chase Berry, they're going to get him on the foul.
Yeah, and I think that's the right call, Chris. If you look underneath, if you're watching on video productions, Berry didn't have position, was reaching over the top there, and they're going to get that just about every time.
Jimerson's free throw rolls around and falls home as he's got 5 points.
Well, one team that hasn't left a lot of free throws at the line has been Miller. They've only missed 1 so far. They've only taken 3, but they've only missed 1.
Yeah, 3 or 4 now from the line.
I mean, That's pretty good percentage based on what we've seen over the past few days.
Oh, Lord, yes. Second free throw for Jemerson falls through as well. Lead back to 7 with 9 seconds to go in the half. Mullins brings it across the timeline, down to 4 seconds, gets a screen from Barry. Mullins falls down with 1 second. Smith gets it off, but blocked at the horn, and that'll do it for the first 16 minutes of play here from Chapmanville, West Virginia. Well, it's been a great back and forth affair and terrific basketball on both ends, but Miller with the output from the perimeter has helped give them this 7-point lead. Well, just a reminder before we take our break, this game brought to you in part by Nationwide Insurance agent Greg Dalton, who is a proud supporter of Chapmanville Regional Athletics and the community of Logan County. For auto, home, life, and business insurance, call the Greg Dalton Agency at 304-855-4906. Greg Dalton Insurance with offices on Main Street in Chapmanville and Main Street in Logan. For all your sides, there is Nationwide. This is WVOW Logan. Well, we are at the half here in Chapmanville from the Phenom Hoops Country Roads Holiday Invitational, and it is Miller leading Chapmanville by 7. We'll be back after this break as you are watching and listening to Chapmanville Tigers basketball action right here live on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.
I'm Tanya Crum, Director of Acute Inpatient Rehab, Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Wright, surgical podiatrist from Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
I'm Romel Mitchell, Executive Secretary. Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
Thank you for trusting your care at
Logan Regional Medical Center. Always here for you.
Kinzel Law Office is a local firm located at 36 Adams Street in Chapmanville. Rob Kinzel has been practicing law in Logan County for over 15 years and is dedicated to providing quality legal representation for personal injury, criminal defense, and family law for individuals and families throughout southern West Virginia. Call Kinzel Law Office today to set up your free consultation. Rob Kinzel, quality legal services close to home. Do you find yourself sitting on the couch, flipping through the same old channels night after night? Well, follow the smell of delicious butter popcorn to Marquee Cinemas at Southridge Center in South Charleston. Marquee Cinemas just finished Phase 1 of its renovations at the Southridge location. Come and relax in the new Power Leather recliners. Marquee Cinemas, your place for family-friendly fun.
I'm the elf on the shelf, and thanks to your woodworking skills, this is about to get a whole lot less jolly. And unless these are protected by Allstate, this little mess up is going to cost you big.
Protect your portable electronics against breaks, spills, and other Yuletide mishaps with a protection plan by Allstate. Available at Walmart and Walmart.com.
Meltdown, meltdown, meltdown.
Welcome back, everybody, here at the half. Chris Kidd and Nathan Bush with you as Chapmanville trailing Miller, Virginia, 38-31 here at intermission. And again, it's been a fun back and forth affair here, Nathan, but Miller really able to jump out to that 12-point lead at the end of the first quarter on the strength of their three-point shooting, but they definitely cooled off in the second quarter again after they hit 6 3-pointers in the first quarter. Didn't hit any in the second, and Chapmanville outpointed them 18-13. But with that deficit that they put on Chapmanville, again, it's going to be a big hill to climb getting back into this the rest of the way, even though they whittled it down by 5 that quarter.
Yeah, and they were able to cut into that lead, Chris. And this, of course, just at one half of basketball, but this Miller School team, they don't make a lot of mistakes. They're a very balanced team. Look at their scoring, 14, 8, 7, 3, and 6. There's only one player that hasn't got onto the board for them of the 7 they brought. And Chapmanville, they're being led right now by Obina, and Andrew Scholl knocked down a couple of shots. Philip Mullins has a few points, but really it's been the Obina show so far for Chapmanville. They're going to have to get some more help for him, whether it be Isaiah Smith, and I apologize for calling him Isaac, because on our list we have Isaac. Apologies, it's Isaiah Smith. And, Preston Smith's been there. Brody Dalton's had a few backdoor cuts and put up some points, so they're going to have to really get some help for Obina out there because he's doing a lot tonight so far, Chris.
So again, here at the half, it is 38-31 Miller as we take a look at our first half scoring here, starting with Miller. And again, you talked about the balanced scoring. You mentioned it at the top of the broadcast. They've got 4 players that average in double digits, with Jimerson with 13, Petaway with 17, Nesbitt with 18, and Rupert with 22. So, again, that bearing out thus far. And then St. Germain averaging nearly 7 points a game, Harvey 3.5. So this is a Miller team that knows how to play as a team as well. You know, we saw some of that from some of the coaches talking about their teams playing selfish basketball throughout the week. This is a Miller team that doesn't do that. And, again, Chapmanville, despite how hot they were in the first quarter, still hanging tough. But you look at the scoring for Miller, they're led by Petaway with 3 3-pointers and 14 points in all. Then you have Nesbitt with 8 points, Rupert with 7 points, Jimerson with 6 points, and then St. Germain with 3 points to round out the scoring. For Chapmanville on the other end, being led by Obina, who's leading all scorers right now with 18 points, including 3 3-pointers of his own. Then you have Mullins with 3 points, Andrew Scholl with 6 points with a pair of threes, but he set out most of the second quarter with 2 fouls. Then Brody Dalton with 4 points to round out the scoring. So now heading towards the second half, as you can see Miller coming out of the locker room already. But Brad Napper will keep his back there probably close to time for the start of the second half as he rolls through things. Again, you did start to see Miller cool off more and more in the second half. They did a better job of getting out on Petaway than in the first quarter. So I think you'll see Chapmanville continue to try and contest on that end. But as you said, they've got to get some other production other than Obina here in the second half.
Yeah, and Chapmanville's got to work inside that pressure because Miller is bringing pressure at them right at half court. They're trapping. They're trying to force Chapmanville into turnovers. And if you look at the turnover situation, pretty even through the first half. Chapmanville with 5, Miller with 4. You know, Miller had 17 fouls for Chapmanville had 6. Really, the biggest was just Miller made their shots. I mean, that's really what it comes down to is Chapmanville shot 43%, which is respectable. That's a very respectable shooting percentage in the first half, whereas Miller shot 51%, almost 52%. Now, they did cool off from three-point land. Chapmanville actually has the better percentage from three at 43%. Miller's at 40%, but it just seems like that Chapmanville has really struggled to stop Miller from actually scoring and to put together a nice run. Miller's out rebounding Chapmanville by 5. So it's going to be interesting to see where we go here in the second half. I know Coach Napper is going to make adjustments, as is the Miller School, so we'll see what happens.
Well, here at the half, it is Miller, Virginia, leading the Chapmanville Tigers 38-31. We'll step aside for a 2-minute break, and when we come back, it'll be time for the start of quarter number 3 here from Danny Gobby Gymnasium, as you are listening to and watching Chapmanville Tiger basketball action with us right here live on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports.
FCA has incredible impact on coaches, the teams, the players, and the community as well.
It's changed our lives. It's changed mine as a husband, as a father, and as a coach.
It does make an impact on our lives.
FCA has become a full circle in our lives.
People from all different kinds of backgrounds.
If all we're going to be is a coach that happens to be a Christian, I think it's more important to be a Christian that happens to be a coach.
Welcome to Peytonville. Nationwide helps protect everything you see in here, Brad. Every family, every business, even Mrs. Hoffman's dream of retiring to become a yoga instructor.
Oh, they have backstories.
Here, I got more to show you.
Getting ready for the start of quarter number 3 here from Danny Gobby Gymnasium here at the Phenom Hoops Invitational. And right now the Tigers still yet to come out of the locker room. Again, Miller's been out for several minutes now, but Chapmanville still in the locker room with 20 seconds to go before the start of quarter number 3. And it'll be interesting again to see how things start out. But let's take a look at the first half statistics here, Nathan. Take it away.
Brought to you by the Logan Regional Medical Center on Video Productions. Our first half statistics look like this. Miller School shooting 52% from the floor, Chapmanville 43%. Chapmanville has not missed a free throw. They're 100% from the line, 80% from Miller. Miller shooting 40%, Chapmanville shooting 42% from the field. Miller out-rebounding the Tigers by 5, 15-10. And, of course, the turnover situation we discussed, Miller with 4, Chapmanville with 5. Chris, really on paper, this game should be a little closer than it is. It really, if you look at it, it looks like Chapmanville should probably only be down by a couple, but yet they're down 7 here. And really, Miller's done a great job of that. But the second half is a completely new half, and adjustments have been made. Chapmanville didn't even come out and warm up. They came out after getting a friendly talk from Coach Brad Napper.
Yeah, I'm sure there was
very friendly.
A lot of talk about where to eat after the game.
Yeah,
and,
I'm sure. I bet Sue Campbell's told some jokes.
Yeah, who's getting up for church in the morning? I'm sure there wasn't a whole lot of that going on in the locker room.
Yeah. But seriously though, this is going to be. We'll see what the Tigers are made of here in this half, Chris.
And now Chapmanville going right to left across your computer screen and radio dial here in the third quarter. Miller the other way, left to right, as Mullins' floater, no good. But Obina gets the offensive rebound, powers his way back up on the right block, and Obina is up to 20 points.
And there he goes again. Obina bringing the game closer. Now it's a 5-point game, and he's got the 20 points, as you said, Chris.
38-33, Nesbitt out front. Now Harvey with it on the left side.
Good pressure, D.
Rupert again being hounded by Smith as Harvey right now. They get it off the pet away. Again, Scholl back in. Those 2 fouls. Gets it back to Rupert. Now over right side. Nesbitt gets the step. Drives baseline out to Rupert. He'll jack up a 3. No good. Rebound underneath by Dalton.
I think that's the guy, if you're going to let somebody shoot a 3, that's the guy to let do it is Rupert.
Yeah, again, they see Obina kind of lagged off of him there. And now Smith with a 3 and count it from the right wing.
Isaiah Smith stepping up. As I get the name correct this half. Big shot there.
Now 38-36 in favor of Miller.
Closest Chapmanville's been in a while.
Now Nesbitt gets all the way in on Philip Mullins, is able to lay it in. And now a quick timeout by Coach Merriweather as he doesn't like the way that this half has started, as Nesbitt into double figures now with 10 points. But Chapmanville with a quick little spurt here, got it down to 2, but now back to 4. And that's the thing, Chapmanville, if they're going to win this game, they've got to win this quarter. Again,
absolutely.
They can't afford to go down more than 7 going into the fourth quarter, so this is the quarter that you feel the Chapmanville Tigers have to win if they're going to be able to come back and win this game.
Absolutely, Chris, and one thing I'll say, that was a good take by Nesbitt, but I thought Mullins did a great job defensively. He stayed right with him. Nesbitt just had a really good shot there. Hey, you see WVOW commentary by Chris Kidd and Nathan Bush on Video Productions. Thank you, Robbie Mounts. A little recognition around here. Only took you 6 games, but you know.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you've been with us all day on Video Productions, I figure myself and now Nathan need no introduction. This is my 5th game of the day, starting at 12:30 today at GW. This is Nathan's 3rd game of the day since I got back here to Chapmanville. So, yeah, if you've been with us all day, you're probably sick of us by now. But thank you for being with us and what's been a fun-filled day on Video Productions and WVOW Radio as we go back to action. Obina takes it on the baseline, misses on the short jumper, and now we get a whistle, and stepping out of bounds was Harvey on the rebound, so it'll stay with Chapmanville.
Harvey was trying to save the ball from going out of bounds, but he stepped on the line, and Chapmanville gets another possession out of it.
They inbound it to Obina, drives inside the free throw line, puts up the little right-handed floater and gets it to fall. He's got 22.
You know, normally Obina's the kind of guy to get his teammates involved, but he feels right now he has to take over this ball game, and he is doing just that.
He had 19 last night. Nesbitt dribbles to his left, now over to Jimerson. Head away with it, guarded by Scholl. Now to Rupert. Finds Nesbitt on the left wing. He'll put up a 3. No good short and rebounded by Scholl.
Well, Miller has cooled off from 3 since that first quarter where it seemed like they couldn't miss.
Now Now here's Mullins driving it on Nesbitt. Backdoor cut, gave it off to Obina, but off his hands and out of bounds. It'll go back over to Miller.
I think that was a good play by Mullins. Obina was cutting right. Ball just hit him right in the leg before he could get his hands on it.
5:45 remaining in the third quarter. Chapmanville trailed by as much as 12, and the lead now at 2 for Miller. Nesbitt gets it over to Jimerson, now down low on the left block for Rupert. Back out to Jimerson, fakes a 3, takes it to his left, now picked up by Obina. Over in the left corner for Petaway. Petaway guarded by Scholl, and now we get a moving screen, I believe, yes, on Jimerson.
Yep, Jimerson's got to let Scholl at least make an attempt to get around him there, and he didn't. He led with looked like an elbow there, and that's an offensive foul. You'll see it here on our video productions replay, and kind of led with the shoulder.
That's number 3 now on Jimerson. Chapmanville looking to tie or take their first lead since 2-0. Obina out front for Smith, had it knocked away by Harvey. Now Smith giving chase on Harvey from behind, reaches in, and Obina with a block from behind. Where did he come from? Up ahead to Dalton. Dalton spins in, goes in the paint. Count it for Brody Dalton. We're all tied at 40 apiece.
What a great transition block by Obina and a good finish at the rim by Dalton, and this crowd has come alive as this game is now tied.
It was 25-13 at the end of the first, and Chapmanville has finally caught Miller at 40-40 with 4:40 to go in the third quarter. Nesbitt at the free throw line, out to Rupert. Now finds Jimerson at the top of the key, rolling his Rupert to the rim, and offensive foul called. Rupert put it in, but ran over Philip Mullins in the process, and that's going to be number 3 on Rupert.
I'm surprised the basket won't count, though. Will the basket count?
And that's what Miller's trying to do. No basket, they say. And Rupert wanting to talk to the official about it here, and Coach Merriweather talking to the other official, the third official, hiding out somewhere right now to try and avoid it. But now we're going to go to break with the score all even at 40-40. Back after this, as you are watching and listening to Chapmanville Tiger basketball action right here live on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.
Kinzel Law Office is a local firm located at 36 Adams Street in Chapmanville. Rob Kinzel has been practicing law in Logan County for over 15 years and is dedicated to providing quality legal representation for personal injury, criminal defense, and family law for individuals and families throughout southern West Virginia. Call Kinzel Law Office today to set up your free consultation. Rob Kinzel, quality legal services close to home.
FCA has incredible impact on coaches, the teams, the players, and the community as well.
It's changed our lives. It's changed mine as a husband, as a father, and as a coach.
It does make an impact on our lives.
FCA has become a full circle in our lives.
People from all different kinds of backgrounds.
If all we're going to be is a coach that happens to be a Christian, I think it's more important to be a Christian that happens to be a coach.
4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Chapmanville with a chance to take the lead for the first time since 2-0. Chris Kidd and Nathan Bush with you here from Chapmanville, West Virginia, as these two state champions going back and forth. And Obina on the cut on a nice find by Philip Mullins as he crashes to the deck, has given the Tigers a 42-40 lead.
And what a comeback by the Tigers, Chris. They were down 12 in the first quarter, and now they're up 2.
And Obina with 24 points, 6 of those this quarter, as Nesbitt out front gives it over to Harvey. Back out top of the key, and Brody Dalton steals it. In a foot race with Harvey, goes in, and he's walloped on the way to the basket as Harvey didn't like the call, thought he had got him clean, but there's Brody Dalton doing what he did a lot in football season with a great reception, but this time with a steal, and gets to the free throw line.
There's the replay. Dalton stepped right in front of the pass and took off. Draws the foul. Good play by Harvey to not allow the easy bucket, but now Dalton has a chance to give Chapmanville a 2-possession lead.
And this is on the first attempt as Preston Smith and St. Germain will check back in respectively. But, we said Chapmanville needed to get more production other than the big 3, and Brody Dalton's kind of stepped up in that regard tonight. He's got 6 points here this evening. Second free throw up and make it 7 points now for the freshman.
Yeah, and Dalton's done a great job defensively as well. The defense in the second half by the Tigers has really stepped up.
43-40 now. Chapmanville leads it as St. Germain across midcourt. 3:45 left in the third quarter. St. Germain dribbles over as Chapmanville has outscored Miller 11-2 here in the third quarter. St. Germain, nice dish off to Jimerson, and he finishes on the right side.
And the ref
and a technical foul called on Merriweather, the coach for Miller.
Merriweather gets the technical because he was mouthing at the official that it should have been and one.
And I'm guessing this has been going on for a little bit tonight, and finally the officials had had enough of it.
Keep an eye here on the replay. The coach goes up, possibly should have been an and one, and the coach was letting it be heard and gets teed up.
And so Chapmanville will send Obina to the other end to shoot the technical, and it rims in and out on him, no good. So that's his first miss in his last 15 or 14 attempts. Obina had made 14 in a row going back to yesterday. And now Coach Merriweather calls a full timeout with 3:32 left. And Miller, I think, is down to just one timeout remaining now.
How many they have left? They went through a few of them. We're here in the third quarter. So
we'll step aside here as you're watching Chapmanville Tiger basketball action and listening to it right here on WVOW and Video Productions.
I'm the elf on the shelf. And thanks to your woodworking skills, this is about to get a whole lot less jolly. And unless these are protected by Allstate, this little mess up is going to cost you big.
Protect your portable electronics against breaks, spills, and other Yuletide mishaps with a protection plan by Allstate. Available at Walmart and Walmart.com.
Elf down, elf down, elf down.
Do you find yourself sitting on the couch, flipping through the same old channels night after night? Well, follow the smell of delicious butter popcorn to Marquee Cinemas at Southridge Center in South Charleston. Marquee Cinemas just finished Phase 1 of its renovations at the Southridge location. Come and relax in the new power leather recliners. Marquee Cinemas, your place for family-friendly fun.
Obina able to hit the second technical to extend the Chapmanville lead to 44-42 as they have the ball out of the break. Now they get it to Brody Dalton at the free throw line, and Brody Dalton again able to connect. He's got 9 points now.
Brody Dalton stepping up, Chris. We asked where was the other production going to come from. Brody Dalton is answering the bell right now.
Again, they trailed by 12 to Chapmanville at the end of the first. They now lead it by 4. Out to Nesbitt. Closing in on 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Mullins picks him up, takes to the screen. Rupert catches it, got away with a walk it looked like. Now they get it out to Jimerson, goes for 3, no good, and Scholl in on the rebound. And I think they said they hadn't established possession yet. That's why it wasn't a walk. Now Dalton gets in, intercepted by St. Germain, just picked it out of the air. Here he comes the other way, drives in, whistling a foul, and this could be on Scholl, and this could be number 3 on him at the 2:43 mark of the third, and it will be number 3 on Scholl.
Chapmanville is now, Chris, on a 15-4 run against Miller. And what has happened is Miller has completely cooled off from 3. They are now at 33% from three-point land. Chapmanville setting at 47%. Meanwhile, Miller's field goal percentage has dropped below 50%. They are now at 48%. Chapmanville stays at 52%.
And St. Germain misses on the first free throw attempt as Chase Berry now checking into the game. And going to come in for Brody Dalton, who's had 5 big points this quarter and 9 overall. And again, this basketball knowledgeable crowd here at Chapmanville knows how important his minutes have been, along with like Hunter Jeffrey last night.
Absolutely.
St. Germain's second free throw gets that one to fall.
And I also give Preston Smith some credit too. He's done great on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, again, that's where a lot of these freshmen and sophomores have shined so far, is now Philip Mullins trapped.
Smart play by Mullins to throw it off the foot and maintain possession for Chapmanville. And timeout, Coach Brad Napper.
30-second timeout, so we'll keep things here. We have Mullins threw it off St. Germain's leg, and it booted its way halfway across the gym after that, but it'll stay with Chapmanville with 2:33 to go in the third. Well, just a reminder, this game brought to you by Nationwide Insurance agent Greg Dalton, who is a proud supporter of Chapmanville Regional Athletics and the community of Logan County. For auto, home, life, and business insurance, call the Greg Dalton Agency at 304-855-4906. Greg Dalton Insurance, with offices on Main Street in Chapmanville and Main Street in Logan. For all your sides, there is Nationwide. This is WVOW Logan. So out of the 30-second timeout. Again, Chapmanville still with 4 timeouts. Only 1 left for Miller now as they've blown through theirs. here primarily in the third quarter, just trying to slow down the momentum of the Tigers. Now Chapmanville with the ball and a 3-point lead. As Preston Smith lobs it over to Philip Mullins. Now to Obina at the free throw line. Back to Smith. And Obina knows that he missed Scholl open in the corner. Now gets it back, turnaround jumper. Can't get the roll. Rebound fought for and taken away by Nesbitt. And now a foul underneath by Chase Berry to try and prevent the fast break. But yeah, you can see the frustration on Obina's face and Scholl as well, because Obina knows that he just missed him because Scholl had a wide open look.
Yeah, Scholl had a big night last night. Only 6 tonight, though. He's trying to get more involved. But there's going to be nights like that.
And again, he spent most of the game in foul trouble as well here this evening, as he missed most of the second quarter with it and picked up his third a moment ago. St. Germain out front against Preston Smith. They get it over to Rupert. Now over to Pettaway. He goes for 3, and that's the first three-pointer for Miller since the first quarter. As Pettaway, they've done a great job on him, but right there they finally lost him, and he makes him pay with his 4th 3.
Yeah, and Chapmanville can't get too complacent. Scholl for 3.
Tried to answer back, but couldn't, and it hits the top of the basket support, so the possession will go back over to Miller.
Obina went in to try to get the rebound. Did you see Pettaway's 3 on video productions? And I think hit Preston Smith, knocked him down. No. Coach Napper's letting him hear about a missed assignment or something.
Isaiah Smith back into the game here. That's probably what it was, that he lost Pettaway, so they put Isaiah Smith back in. Now he drives in, and Obina rejects Pettaway on the way to the rim. Taken away by the Tigers. 1:23 to go in the third. And now stolen by St. Germain. Here he comes on a breakaway. Mullins tries to cut him off. Obina blocks it, but they're going to call a goaltend on it, and I think it's because he got the left hand on the rim or the basket support as well.
Yeah, and I think that's the right call, Chris. That was a close bang-bang play, but I tell you what, Chapmanville's hurrying back down the court, trying to catch Miller asleep.
Scholl dribbles in on the left side, hands it off to Chase Berry. Now to Mullins, back to Scholl, open 3 left corner, no good. Rebounded by Berry, had it knocked away by Nesbitt, however, and here he comes. A minute to go in the third quarter. Miller has retaken the lead and the momentum. Over to Jimerson, wide open 3, rolls in and out, no good. Taken away by Berry. So now can Chapmanville answer back after this Miller run into the center for Obina. Drives in on Rupert, and Rupert knocked it away from him. Gets it up ahead for Pettaway. Pettaway drives in as Mullins stands in, and a charge on Pettaway, no basket. And that was the right call.
It was.
Again, that was good position by Mullins that time, and Pettaway just crashed into him.
Yeah, that was a good call. You'll see it here. Yeah, Mullins had position. He didn't budge. Good call by the officials.
So under 40 seconds left now in the third quarter. Mullins and Scholl walk it up together as Miller ready to trap. They get it into the center for Obina. Now to Berry, cross-court pass. Nice catch by Isaiah Smith. Down to 25 seconds. Obina gets it on the low block. Turnaround shot. Gets the friendly roll, and he's up now to 27 points on the night.
In 3 quarters, Chris, against a very good school. Obina showing why he's Division I bound.
10 seconds left in the game, or third quarter. Over to Pettaway, gets free for 3, no good as everyone holds their breath. Mullins up ahead, pass intercepted by Rupert with 2 seconds. Rupert heaves it up at the horn, no good, off to the side. And Chapmanville, we said they had to win the third quarter, they did, and we start all over, all even at 48 as we head to the fourth period. We'll be back after this as you are listening to and watching Chapmanville Tiger basketball action with us right here live on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.
Seriously injured. Now it's time to pick a lawyer.
You pick one with big verdicts and settlements?
We've successfully handled many million-dollar cases.
How about the recommendation of a friend?
We probably helped somebody in your neighborhood.
How about a firm with lots of resources?
You can have it all.
We're Farmer Klein & Campbell.
Well known and very effective.
When you call us about your injury, you'll know you've made the right decision.
Farmer Klein & Campbell is the way to go. Call 346-5990.
Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services, founded in 1975 by Riley Joe Evans, is a full-service funeral provider, offering services that respect all faiths, personal preferences, and financial considerations. They are the only funeral home in Boone, Lincoln, Logan, and Mingo counties with its own crematory. For more information, contact Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services at 304-855-3232 or visit www.evans-funeral-home.com or like Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services on Facebook to see their updated obituary.
48-48 as we are back here in Chapmanville, West Virginia. Chris Kidd and Nathan Bush. The final game, the final quarter of the Phenom Hoops Country Roads Invitational, as we promised a good game, and we have gotten it thus far here tonight. As a drive on the inside and a push on Isaiah Smith to start the fourth quarter. That'll be number 3 on him.
Keep an eye on team fouls. Chapmanville with 3, Miller with 4. That could come into play as we get down the stretch of this one.
Out front, Petaway gives it off to Nesbitt. Miller going left to right. Across your computer screen and radio dial with Chapmanville going right to left. Petaway over to the right. Now to Jimerson in the right corner, down low as Rupert got position, and a whistle and a foul, and this go against Isaiah Smith again. As Rupert couldn't finish, but that's going to be number 4 now on Smith, as Preston Smith will have to check back into the game.
And Brody Dalton has had an extended break here, catching his win for the final stretch of this one. You got to wonder if Miller's conditioning is going to wear on him, because here they are, only brought 7 guys. They've stuck with 5 for most of the game. They got to be getting at least a little bit winded.
Now driving in, they kick it out. Jimerson goes for 3 from the left side, no good. Nobina tears away the rebound as Chapmanville looks to retake the lead on this trip.
Notice the press that Miller was doing early on, and the trapping has kind of slowed a little bit.
Preston Smith gets it back out to Philip Mullins on the left wing. Back to Preston Smith, as now he needs help, and Brad Napper calls a timeout quickly with 7:05 remaining.
Yeah, the freshman had big eyes there, Chris, when he had the ball in his hands, and that was a good timeout by Coach Napper.
Now 30-second timeouts will keep things here. And yeah, Preston Smith, the sophomore, actually. And,
excuse me.
And Dalton, the freshman. But yeah, again, we talked about where these two teams came from. Again, Chapmanville, the 2-time defending state champions in West Virginia, ranked that way overall, even over AAA, and they've been in the state finals last 3 years. Well, on the other end, Miller, Virginia, they won the 2018 Division I Virginia State Championship. They've been in the state finals last 2 years. They beat Blue Ridge 81-64 in the finals 2 years ago, but then lost in the state finals to Blue Ridge this past year, 61-53. So these are very seasoned coaches, very seasoned players.
What's going on here?
State champions.
We've got a player from Miller tried to get into the Chapmanville huddle. That's a move I've never enjoyed. I see players do that sometimes. I don't like it.
Yeah, again, it's St. Germain that tried to sneak his way in there, and Philip Mullins basically shoved him out of there. As Mullins throws it near side towards us, but Preston Smith able to save us as they get it to Scholl. Steps inside the arc, pull-up jumper, no good. Obina gets the rebound and gets the putback.
Good play from Obina. He's at 29 points now.
29 of Chapmanville's 50 points here tonight. And now another moving screen on Jimerson. That's the second time now he's had this called on him.
You'll see on the replay here, Scholl's shot goes up, no good. Obina with the putback, but Jimerson, that's got to be getting 3 or 4 on him so far.
I believe they're going to whistle that as his 3rd now. So again, nobody with 4 except for Isaiah Smith as they get it to Obina at the 3-point arc in the center. Gives it over right side for Scholl. Now back to Obina. Throws it over for Dalton. Pass tipped, however, knocked loose, and they say last touch by St. Germain with exactly 6.5 minutes showing on the clock. Chapmanville leads at 50-48.
Man, this is going to come down to the wire, Chris. We promised a good game, and we're getting it here, and see what the Tigers can come up with as we get down the stretch.
Brody Dalton out front with it, had it knocked away, but gets it over to Scholl. Scholl over to Obina on the left side. Back cut for Brody Dalton. Goes up, rejected by Rupert. Taken away, and now Miller with the ball back with a chance to tie or take the lead. St. Germain gets a screen, takes it in on the right side. Goes up, and Obina blocks it out of bounds, but let's see here. Got a whistle on that, and it could be a foul on
Smith.
Yeah, Preston Smith. They're going to get him.
Smith was there, bodied up. Obina came over and blocked the shot. Let's take a look at it on our video productions replay. Obina frustrated because he got the block, but unfortunately the foul was called.
Yeah, that's foul number 2 on Preston Smith. 6:06 remaining and a chance for St. Germain to tie things up. And gets the friendly roll.
And he did, and St. Germain at the line here. Free throw shooting tonight. Miller shooting 71%. Chapmanville shooting 78%. From the free throw line.
St. Germain with 7 points on the evening as he's right at his season average. Second free throw up, and again gets the friendly roll, and we're back all even at 50.
And here comes Mullins bringing the ball up the court. Surprising to see Philip Mullins bring it up court, not Andrew Scholl.
Get it to Dalton, now back to Mullins into the left corner. Preston Smith, he'll try a three, and the sophomore. The first bucket of the game for him, and what a time for it as he buries a corner three.
That was a huge shot.
Again, we talked about the role players stepping up, and Brody Dalton and Preston Smith doing so now. As Dalton with 9 points and Smith with a big three. Rupert underneath, back to Rupert. Nice give and go, but he misses right in front of the rim, and Obina gets the rebound.
That's one that's going to haunt Miller. They should have had an easy bucket there.
And again, Rupert was right in front of the rim and just may have slipped out of his hands as Dalton gets it into the middle for Obina, trying to take Rupert off the dribble, and does so as Obina at 31 points now. 55-50, Chapmanville's largest lead of the game, and there's the final timeout for the Miller Mavericks with 5:09 remaining in the game. We'll step aside as well as you're watching Chapmanville Tiger basketball action and listening to it right here live on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.
Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services, founded in 1975 by Riley Joe Evans, is a full-service funeral provider, offering services that respect all faiths, personal preferences, and financial considerations. They are the only funeral home in Boone, Lincoln, Logan, and Mingo counties with its own crematory. For more information, contact Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services at 304-855-3232 or visit www.evans-funeral-home.com or like Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services on Facebook to see their updated obituary information.
55-50, Chapmanville leads it as we hit the 5-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Chris Kidd and Nathan Bush with you as Nesbitt drives in, shovels it over to St. Germain, now inside to Rupert, waits it out but can't finish. Obina bothering him here on these last couple of possessions. Again, Obina's shot blocking ability has been a big problem for Miller here underneath.
Even when he's not blocking shots, Chris, he's creating contested shots, and that's causing Rupert to miss wide open layups that he would otherwise make.
And again, that's 2 in a row Rupert has missed right around the rim. 4:35 to go. Chapmanville trailed it by 12 at the end of the first quarter. Now they lead it by 5.
Boy, that Dalton in the corner.
Now they get it to him in the left corner, inside for Obina. He's going to go to work on Rupert, and he continues to win this matchup left and right tonight over a man that averages 22 points per game.
And Chapmanville now their biggest lead of the ball game. All on the back of Obina and Achille Killen with 33 points.
Now St. Germain out to Rupert.
Oh, he got away with a travel.
And Obina on the ground, and now St. Germain with a rebound, and Preston Smith on the ground. Fell over top of Preston Smith, and they're going to get him for the foul.
Yeah, I think Rupert got away with one. He looked like about 3 steps there, but the officials didn't call it.
And then Preston Smith, you got to hate it for him. He's just laying on the ground trying to stay out of the way, and then Germain just falls over top of him. Nice give and go to Rupert this time, and he'll finish at the rim. They set that up nicely, and Rupert now with 9 points.
I'm surprised Coach Brad Napper hasn't thrown this TV here on the court after that one. He was angry.
57-52 Chapmanville. Long pass into the left corner for Dalton.
That's a dangerous pass.
And they're able to convert. Now back out to Mullins. Mullins fakes, goes back over to Scholl. Chapmanville's handled this pressure well tonight as
they really have.
Obina gets it in the center, had it poked away from behind. Nesbitt with the steal. Now up ahead to Pettaway. Pettaway's going to stop. Pop a 3. It's good. And it's down to a 2-point game again.
Yeah, it was 7. Now it's 2. Miller not going away quietly. They refuse to roll over here.
Now 20 points for Pettaway here on the evening, and that's his 5th three-pointer. Dalton in the corner, back out to Scholl, closing in on 3 minutes to go. Scholl now in trouble, gets it to Dalton, now pass out front, knocked away by Pettaway, but Mullins able to grab it. Gets it over to Preston Smith. Smith dribbles in, tries to feed it to Dalton, and thrown away. And now the ball back over to Miller as they trailed by 7 just a moment ago, and now a chance to tie or retake the lead.
Yeah, this Chris has been back and forth. This has been like two heavyweight boxers just standing in the middle of the ring with their gloves down, exchanging blows.
And you've got the Virginia State champions of 2 years ago, the two-time defending West Virginia champions doing battle, and now an offensive charge on St. Germain as he runs over Preston Smith.
Yep, and Smith was able to get around the screen by Rupert, and St. Germain lowered the shoulder, and that's what led to that offensive foul. That was the correct call.
2:45 remaining in the contest here from Chapmanville, West Virginia. Tigers with the ball and the lead as Mullins across the timeline gets into the middle, pass deflected and almost saved by Miller, but out of bounds. It'll stay with Chapmanville as their hands are getting very active in the passing lanes again.
There it is. Their hands are getting very active, and they're getting steals, and they're creating pressure. Timeout, Coach Brad Napier.
Now it'll be a full timeout. We'll step aside as well with 2:37 left. Back after this with Chapmanville leading by 2. You're listening to and watching Tiger basketball action here on WVOW and live on Video Productions.
Peyton, what are we doing here?
Welcome to Peytonville. Nationwide helps protect everything you see in here, Brad. Every family, every business, even Mrs. Hoffman's dream of retiring to become a yoga instructor.
Oh, they have backstories.
Here, I got more to show you.
You've been seriously injured. Now it's time to pick a lawyer.
You pick one with big verdicts and settlements?
We've successfully handled many million-dollar cases.
How about the recommendation of a friend?
We probably help somebody in your neighborhood.
How about a firm with lots of resources?
You can have it all.
We're Farmer Klein & Campbell.
Well known and very effective.
When you call us about your injury, you'll know you've made the right decision.
Farmer Klein & Campbell is the way to go. Call 34659.
Back to action here in Chapmanville, West Virginia. Chris Kidd and Nathan Bush with you as Tigers inbound it to Mullins. Back to Scholl with a 2-point lead. Scholl goes for 3! And Andrew Scholl with a huge shot, his first points of the second half. And he's got 9 now for the game, all on threes.
And he needed that one to drop more than anyone in this building. And that was a big shot to get the lead back to 5.
Out front is Nesbitt again. Now they got Scholl over on Pettaway. They're going to try everything they can to keep him from doing damage from the perimeter. Now St. Germain gets a screen into the paint, kicks it out to Nesbitt. He's knocked down a few tonight from out there. So Bina gets out on him. Now to Pettaway. He gets lost. He goes for 3. No good. Long rebound comes out. Rupert grabs it, drives in hard. Slam dunk for Rupert as he came in with a vengeance that time and takes a big 2 points back for Miller.
I will say this, though. Chapmanville did a good job not trying to contest that. Just let him have it, no fouls.
And now a steal as they take it away from Mullins. Up ahead to St. Germain. Goes in and gets the layup to go, and the lead is now down to 1.
With 1:35 to go, Chris, we are in for a big-time finish.
And again, these 2 state champions, these 2 Warriors going blow for blow here in the fourth quarter. Chapmanville clinging to a 1-point lead. Scholl gets it on the right wing, back out to Mullins. Mullins pump fakes, dribbles in, off to Obina, goes up, can't finish. Rebound underneath, taken away by Rupert. And now Miller with a chance to retake the lead with 1:10 to go.
Miller slowing the ball down now.
Nesbitt into the center, out to Jimerson. Down to 60 seconds to play in regulation. Nesbitt gets a screen into the middle, floats it up over Obina and gets it to fall.
That's a big shot.
And a 6-0 run here for Miller to re-grab the lead. Now up ahead for Preston Smith, 45 seconds to go. And now Brad Napper wants a timeout. Again, they had a great set play out of the timeout for Scholl to get the 3. But then Rupert with the monster dunk, the steal and the layup. And then another score from St. Germain gives Miller the lead again with 44 seconds left. Will keep things here with the Tigers now trailing for one of the few times here in the fourth quarter, and now out of this timeout. Again, how long do you wait? Again, Miller's going to continue to pressure right now. They're not going to set back. So if you're Chapmanville, maybe try and get it into the middle again, give Obina that option. They've done a better job guarding Brody Dalton and company cutting to the basket here, but see if maybe you get it into the middle for Obina, maybe create an opportunity for Scholl in an open look.
If you've got an open look, you got to take it. That's really the way it goes here. And here's the dunk by Rupert on Video Productions. But if you're Chapmanville and you've got an open jumper, you take it. If not, you got to work the ball to Obina. He's been the go-to guy tonight. He's got 33 points, leading all scorers. He's got to be your guy, your go-to. You go to him, and you got to let him try and get something at the basket, at the rim, or at least try and let him get an open jumper. He's been good from all over the place tonight. He's 12 of 19 shooting, and he's 3 for 3 from three-point land. So try maybe get him to the basket, maybe try to draw a foul, something near the rim. I wouldn't wait too long. That's just one thing you can't do. Don't wait too long if you're Chapmanville.
16 fouls apiece on both sides, so the next foul on either end would put both teams into the 1-and-1. They inbound it to Scholl, and Pettaway comes out quickly on him. Scholl dribbles to the left, gets into the left corner for Obina, drives hard baseline, and he's hammered on the way in. And there was no way Obina was giving up that ball. He was going in as hard as possible to try and create contact or finish at the rim, and St. Germain was the one there that ended up drawing the foul.
And Obina drove in and created, and the contact was created, and he'll shoot two now with a chance to give Chapmanville the lead with 37 seconds left to go in the ball game.
Obina 6 of 7 at the line tonight, and make it 7 of 8 as he hits the first.
The first one was the big one, Chris. The first one was big. He tied the game. Can he get a lead now? And the big thing is Miller has no timeouts. Yeah. They cannot advance the ball if Chapmanville tries to pressure.
Yeah, Miller is out of timeouts. Ran out of them earlier this quarter, and Obina gives them the lead back. He's got 35 points now, 62-61 Chapmanville, 35 seconds to go.
You got to find Pettaway, you got to find Nesbitt, and don't give them any looks.
St. Germain up top, down to 27 seconds. Now to Rupert. Obina on him at the top of the key. Now to Pettaway. Scholl switches on him. Out near midcourt with 20 seconds as fans start to rise to their feet. Jemerson over to Nesbitt with 15 seconds. Mullins on him. Nesbitt drives by, kicks it into the corner. Germain for three. No good, but Pettaway with the rebound. Under 10 seconds. Has it stripped away. Ball loose. Obina throws it off for Pettaway. It's Chapmanville ball with 4.6 seconds to go.
What a huge play, and now Chapmanville's got to get the ball inbounds, Chris.
What a heads-up play by Obina as Brad Napper calls timeout. And if you're with us on Video Productions, again, St. Germain could not have been more open from the left corner. Couldn't convert. Then Pettaway lost it. Great job by Preston Smith to save it to Obina. Obina was falling out of bounds and then just threw it off of Pettaway to give Chapmanville possession.
Absolutely great heads-up play by Obina. But how about Preston Smith, the sophomore, able to save that ball from going out of bounds and to keep the possession and give Chapmanville a chance. If he doesn't get that ball to Obina, that ball's going back to Miller or possibly throws it off of Miller. They get it back and go for an easy layup. So big play there from both guys for Chapmanville. 4 seconds left in the game, 4.6 seconds to be exact. Miller's got to deny and foul, and then Chapmanville has to convert free throws.
And again, we talk about it again, the role players, as Preston Smith, the sophomore, hits a big three this quarter, comes up with a big play there to save the possession. And now Chapmanville, they will be in the 1-and-1. As we said, though, Miller out of timeouts here.
No timeouts. Tie-up arrow goes to Chapmanville, so a tie-up does no good for Miller here at this point. So this is something that Chapmanville, if they get the ball inbounds, they got to just hold it. Just hold the ball like a lid on a pickle jar. You can't afford to let Miller get a steal here.
Yeah, I was going to say, if nothing else, just duck and cover if they get the ball inbounds.
And the inbounds man is the quarterback, Chase Berry.
Berry finds Obina on the right side, and Obina immediately fouled with 3.6 seconds left as they get that on Jemerson.
And it's the 1-and-1, so if Obina makes both, Miller still has a chance to tie. If he misses one, they have a chance to win on any bucket.
Yeah, so Preston Smith in, and it'll be interesting to see if Chapmanville puts anybody underneath here.
I wouldn't.
Well, they're going to put Mullins on one side, now Scholl on another here.
I think they're doing that because they expect Obina to make both. If he makes both, then they allow Scholl and Mullins to pressure.
A 1-and-1, and Obina sinks the first.
Ice in the veins of Obina Anachile Killen. This is maybe one of the finest ball games I've ever seen him play.
10 of 11 from the line, 36 points on the evening. Second free throw is good. 37, and now Miller has to go right now.
Miller can't tie.
They lob it in, and Scholl knocks it away from Petaway and out of bounds with 3.1 seconds left. And honestly, I don't know. I was going to say you could foul here if you're Chapmanville.
You could.
But with the size of Miller, I don't know if you want to really chance that now in this situation.
Chris, it's not a bad play to foul. It's really not.
Let's see what they do here as Jemerson inbounds, gets it to Petaway with 2 seconds, cross midcourt, heaves it up across Obina, no good, and Chapmanville maintains their undefeated streak here at home. What a couple of nights for the Chapmanville Tigers as they battle from behind both nights, first against International Sports Academy, now against the Virginia State champions in Miller. Just an unbelievable, gritty effort by the Chapmanville Tigers, showing why they're the West Virginia State champs 2 years in a row as they knock off a very, very good Miller team from Virginia, 64-61, and Obina Anachile Killen absolutely dominant here this evening in what has to be a career high for him and a career performance for him. 37 points for the 6'9 senior who's going to Marshall University. As we're going to step aside here for a break, and when we come back, we'll recap tonight's action as this phenomenal final game here from the Phenom Country Roads Invitational. We promised it was going to be good.
It was.
And boy, did it live up to it tonight. 64-61, Chapmanville takes it. We'll be back after this 2-minute break as you are listening to and watching Chapmanville Tiger basketball action with us right here live on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.
Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services, founded in 1975 by Riley Joe Evans, is a full-service funeral provider, offering services that respect all faiths, personal preferences, and financial considerations. They are the only funeral home in Boone, Lincoln, Logan, and Mingo counties with its own crematory. For more information, contact Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services at 304-855-3232 or visit www.evans-funeral-home.com or like Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services on Facebook to see their updated obituary information.
I'm Tanya Crubb, Director of Acute Inpatient Rehab, Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Wright, Surgical Podiatrist from Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
I'm Romel Mitchell, Executive Secretary, Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
Thank you for trusting your care at
Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
Logan Physical Therapy wants to help you. Have you been injured at work or in an accident? Come to Logan Physical Therapy and Doug Hibbs will provide a thorough, careful evaluation and create a comprehensive treatment program that will get you back on your feet. Logan Physical Therapy, turning setbacks into comebacks.
Most people think that after an accident, you'll have to pay $500 for your deductible. The truth, at Allstate, you could pay $0. Allstate gives you $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Then another $100 off every year you don't have an accident. Let the good hands reward your safe driving with a deductible that goes away. Now that you know the truth, are you in good hands?
Welcome back, everybody, to Chapmanville, West Virginia. Chris Kidd with you. Alongside me, Nathan Bush. Robbie Mounts with us here on Video Productions. And back in the WVOW studios, we've got Terry Bucklew and David Anderson. And just an unbelievable game again here, Nathan. Again, Chapmanville fell down by 9 in the first quarter last night to ISA. Come back and win by 9. Then tonight, they fall down by 12 after really Miller, Virginia just seemed like it was going to be impossible for them to miss in the first half or first quarter, and then they come back all the way and win it by 3 at the end. Again, this Chapmanville club just showing how difficult they are to handle in any situation, and just how much of a fight they have and the mental fortitude they have, I think, is number one right here. The mental fortitude of this team that Brad Napper and his culture has built. So many teams would just give up, go away in those situations, say, well, whatever. But, those kids grinded and grinded and grinded all night long to get back in a position to win this game. And even after they saw their 7-point lead disappear, continued to do it at the end and come up with the big plays at the end whenever they have to. It's what champions do.
If you would have told me yesterday that Andrew Scholl would only have 9, Philip Mullins would only have 3, and they would combined go 4 of 12 shooting from the floor against this Miller school, I'd have said, there's no way Chapman wins this ballgame. No. But yet, they did. Obina and Chile came on with probably a career performance. Like, if you're going to put together a highlight film for this kid, just put this game on film. He did everything right. He was 12 of 19 shooting, 3 of 3 from 3, only missed 1 free throw all night, 37 points, 6 rebounds, just unbelievable.
Yeah, and again, we don't have the blocks on the statistics here, unfortunately, but, he probably was high in that total.
He had at least 3.
Yeah, he was just everywhere here tonight, and, he was the one that really kept Chapmanville close offensively whenever Miller was going on that huge run. Again, they couldn't be stopped, it felt like. And Obina started knocking down threes, getting to the rim, creating opportunities. Just did so much here tonight. And then you get the role players stepping up like Preston Smith, Brody Dalton. Then Scholl hits a big 3 despite the fact that he was in foul trouble all night and hadn't really gotten into a rhythm. So it was just a tremendous effort from this Tiger Club all the way around. Well, it's time now for our Temp Control Hot Hand of the Game, brought to you by Temp Control of Chapmanville. And tonight, Hot Hand is going to go to...
Wonder who?
Yeah, it's just... Yeah, I think we'll go with Obina.
Good pick. Good pick.
I guess we'll go with Obina and a Chile kill. And again, he had a mere 37 points on the evening.
He had more than half of Chapmanville's points, so if that tells you anything.
Yeah, again, Chapmanville scored 27 minus Obina, but just an unbelievable effort by this senior as he shows why he's been so coveted by so many colleges and why he's going to Marshall. And right now, 37-point effort. Just a great job by Obina tonight to earn our Temp Control Hot Hand of the Game. And this winter, if you want your home to be as comfortable as possible, call Stuart Trickler and Roland Mullins at Temp Control of Chapmanville at 304-855-5200.
I'll tell you, Chris, we just saw it on Video Productions replay, that final play of Chapmanville on defense where they get the rebound and you have the save by Smith and Obina with the wherewithal, the court vision to throw it off of the player. From here, if you're watching now, you'll see it. The missed 3 goes up. They get the rebound. Does Miller, Preston Smith with the good board. Obina saves it, throws it off of Miller School. Man, that was a key play in this game, and that won Chapmanville this ball game.
So Chapmanville takes it by 3. We'll step aside for our final break. When we come back, we'll run through the final scoring on both ends and say our goodbyes here from the Phenom Country Roads Invitational. As what a 3 days it's been here from Danny Gobby Gymnasium. We'll be back after this as you are watching and listening to Chapmanville Tiger basketball action with us right here on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.
I'm Tanya Crubb, Director of Acute Inpatient Rehab, Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Wright, surgical podiatrist from Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
I'm Romel Mitchell, Executive Secretary. Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
Thank you for trusting your care at
Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
Kinzel Law Office is a local firm located at 36 Adams Street in Chapmanville. Rob Kinzel has been practicing law in Logan County for over 15 years and is dedicated to providing quality legal representation for personal injury, criminal defense, and family law for individuals and families throughout southern West Virginia. Call Kinzel Law Office today to set up your free consultation. Rob Kinzel, quality legal services close to home.
Do you find yourself sitting on the couch, flipping through the same old channels night after night? Well, follow the smell of delicious butter popcorn to Marquee Cinemas at Southridge Center in South Charleston. Marquee Cinemas just finished Phase 1 of its renovations at the Southridge location. Come and relax in the new Power Leather recliners. Marquee Cinemas, your place for family-friendly fun.
I'm the elf on the shelf, and thanks to your woodworking skills, this is about to get a whole lot less jolly. And unless these are protected by Allstate, this little mess up is going to cost you big.
Protect your portable electronics against breaks, spills, and other Yuletide mishaps with a protection plan by Allstate. Available at Walmart and Walmart.com.
Elf down, elf down, elf down.
64-61, Chapmanville wins it here tonight over Miller School. Chris Kidd and Nathan Bush with you. Let's run through our final scoring again, starting with Miller, Virginia. And for the Mavericks, it was Pettaway leading the way with 20 points, including 5 3-pointers. Then you had Nesbitt with 12 points, had a couple threes of his own. Then you had Rupert with 11 points, St. Germain with 10 points, and Jemerson with 8 points to round out the scoring for the Mavericks. On the other end for Chapmanville, leading all scorers, and I think leading all scorers for the tournament was Obina Anachile Killen with 37 points. Then you had Andrew Scholl with 9, Brody Dalton with a big 9 points. Then you had Isaiah Smith, along with Preston Smith and Philip Mullins, all finishing with 3 points apiece for the Tigers. And again, even more impressive, again, we talked about the free throw shooting. Chapmanville, after struggling last night from the line, went 11 of 13 this evening. So that's another big win for the Tigers in the scorebook. Well, let's look at some of the final statistics here, Nathan, and then we'll get to our video productions, Farmer, Klein, and Campbell player of the game.
Logan Regional Medical Center stats for the game. Final, Chapmanville, 50% shooting from the floor tonight. Miller School, 45%. Chapmanville does a great job at the free throw line, probably the best free throw line percentage of the entire weekend, 85%. 78% for Miller School. Miller School, after starting so hot from three, ended up at a 30% three-point shooting, and Chapmanville finishes at 47. Miller School actually out-rebounded Chapmanville 25-23, and Chapmanville had 12 turnovers, Miller School 11. Your final 64-61. Those statistics brought to you by our good man Brian Shepard here on Video Productions.
Yeah, we really appreciate Brian Shepard.
Brian, you got a job for a while, buddy. You keep coming back.
Again, appreciate him sharing a lot of his technology and help with us here tonight.
Man, this feel like I can goof off like Bill Walton does.
As long as we don't start talking about weird Grateful Dead concerts, I think we'll be all right.
Very true.
But again, it's time now for our Farmer, Klein, and Campbell player of the game. And Robbie, we've got a new one here tonight. Again, we gave it to Hunter Jeffrey last night. Brody Dalton gets it tonight here for us. Again, Brody had 9 big points in this game, including some huge defensive stops as well. Again, stepping in as a freshman in this hostile environment against some of the best teams around, and Brody Dalton able to come up with a huge production on both ends tonight. So he is our Farmer, Klein, and Campbell player of the game.
Yeah, 4 of 7 from the floor, 9 points, tied for second leading scorer on Chapmanville's team. Brody Dalton had a good night. Should be very proud. He came up big.
Well, Nathan, now we get a little bit of a rest to enjoy Christmas, but then next week we'll be right back here at Danny Godby Gymnasium as it'll be the Bob Runyon Memorial Holiday Tournament. Chapmanville looking to defend that crown as well. Again, last year with that heart-stopping finish against Fairmont Senior, winning by 3. Going to be a good slate again, and we're looking forward to it already after we've had such a great day of basketball here today.
Hey, if you're a basketball junkie, Logan County's the place to be, man. Be here, come out and enjoy it. Get on Video Productions, WVOW. We'll have basketball for you. Man, there's just going to be a fun season. We're just getting started. We got a long way to go to March.
Yeah, I told you it was a long day today, but a fun day today.
It was.
Again,
it was a good time.
5 games for me, 3 games for you. But you know what? We wouldn't want to spend it any other way. I said it was a very good day of basketball. We're looking forward to a lot more of it. And again, Robbie Mounts, Iron Man as well, putting in all the hours here this week at this tournament, so we appreciate him along with Butch Mounts and Joe Mounts and all the work they put in to helping bring us all the action on Video Productions, including back at the WVOW studios with Terry Bucklew, David Anderson and company, Jay Nunley, again, that just made this tournament so much better than what we could have hoped it could have been, and we're glad we got a chance to bring it to you on WVOW and on Video Productions. But it's time now to say goodbye for the evening, and for David Anderson and Terry Bucklew back in the WVOW studios, for Robbie Mounts on Video Productions, and for Nathan Bush, I'm Chris Kidd saying so long tonight here from Chapmanville, West Virginia, as you have been listening to and watching the Phenom Hoops Country Roads Holiday Invitational with us right here on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.